I didn't even know these existed. I think I would buy this one because I've never seen an alocasia like this before. $180. What the heck? Oh my god, this would come home with me in an instant. Holy cow, do you see this? Starting this video in a very different location for me. So I am currently on vacation in California, staying at my parents' house, and I wanted to do some plant shopping, quote unquote, while I'm here, because I'm not gonna be able to like actually buy any plants, but I wanted to do a bit of a comparison to see what sort of plants you can get out here, what the sort of prices are. And one of the like main California garden centers is Armstrong's Garden Center, and so that is where I am at today. They actually have a location in my hometown, which is kind of crazy. Like I never, like back when I lived here, I wasn't into plants, and so it just wasn't really a thing. But now that I am older, it's like I'm excited to like see what they have. I think they mostly specialize in outdoor plants, but I think they do have some indoor plants as well. But yeah, we're just gonna see what things are like in the US. So before we get into it, I want to say, if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma, and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you returning. Now, let's get out of the car and get into this garden center. I've just got permission to film in here. I was a little bit scared asking, but I have permission, and we are going to see what sort of houseplants they have inside. Like I said earlier, there's a massive outdoor section here, but then in here, we've got a big indoor plant section. Oh my god, look at these fiddle leaf figs. These are insane. They're so beautiful. And I mean, this is the place. Holy cow. Do you see the size of that leaf? That is freaking crazy. So sorry for the traffic noise as well. I will go inside in a second. But look how big that is. Oh my god, this is the place for fiddle leaves, because obviously we get so much more sun here, so that makes a lot of sense. They've got some little string of hearts, and I'm gonna be honest here, $16.99. But I don't know, in the UK it feels like you can get a pot this size for way less than $16.99, not pounds, obviously. They've got some variegated ones down here as well. Loads of little lithops. I mean, they're never something that I would want, but I feel like they're definitely much more of a California plant than a UK plant. I feel like maybe if I lived out here, I'd be more tempted, because they are kind of cute. They kind of look like marshmallows. But they've also got lots of strings of things, some strings of tears. Yeah, oh my god, look at this little sign. Strings of tears. Some strings of pearls down there. And then I saw some strings of bananas a second ago. Where did they go? Oh yeah, they're just here. Strings of, actually they're dolphins. Sorry, my bad. All of these are $18.99, and they're grown locally as well, which you would never really get in the UK. But like I said, they've got some strings of dolphins, which I don't know if I would be able to take care of, because I've not been able to do strings of many things very well, but they are cute, the little dolphins. Okay, and then inside here, we've got a pretty decent plant section, and I'm going to go through all of it. First off, we have some more fiddle leaf figs. Also, I love how in California, medium light is the right light for them, because the sun is so much brighter here than it is in the UK. In the UK, this would need like full sun. But these sort of small ones here, they are at the $80 price point, which I feel like is a pretty decent price. I'm sure the ones outside were freaking crazy money, but oh my god, even this one is so big and beautiful. I don't know the price on this sort of medium one, but I would expect it to probably be like $80, $90. But like, again, these leaves are crazy. And like the new growth coming in here, so stinking cute. They've got some ficus Audreys back there as well. They are looking a little bit dusty. I feel like this is not the like favorite plant kind of thing. And some ficus elasticas as well. The Belize or Ruby, the Burgundy, I believe, the very dark one. And then my favorite, the Taniki. Love these guys. These are all $59, which again, I don't know why I expected the plants to be so much cheaper here, but like, These ones don't necessarily seem to be. They are really beautiful though, like the pink variegation on these, and these beautiful dark black leaves. More creamy white variegation on this one. Like, they're really nice plants. I'm hoping mine can get this big again one day. Ooh, this Dieffenbachia. I really want one of these. One day I will get one. This one is $50, which is, I mean, it makes sense. It is quite a big plant, and these are not necessarily the fastest growing. I think this is the tropic snow style, and I do really like this one. I think it's so pretty. What's this? This is a Dracaena. Oh my goodness. This is unlike any sort of Dracaena I've seen before. This is a Dracaena fragrance white aspen. Look at that. So all of the Dracaena fragrance I've seen have had like much more green in the leaves, and then they're white striped, whereas I feel like these are much more white with, or like cream with green stripes, which is really beautiful. I like that a lot. And it's something I've not seen before, which is quite cool. So this is $60 as well. Of course, they've got lots of snake plants as well. Oh my god, this one's flowering. I saw a snake plant flower for the first time when we were in Mexico last week, and they're so cool. I wonder if it means it's like dying or whatever, because I know that's kind of a thing, but I don't know if it's a thing for snake plants specifically. But the ones they have here are huge. So the sort of typical Sansevieria, like mother-in-law's tongue. They got the Zelinica here, and a massive silver flame. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen a silver flame this big. That is so pretty. Look. I like the dark middles and then the stripy outsides of those leaves. I love that. So this silver flame, which in the UK you would spend a pretty penny on, one that's like this big, is $45. And then these sort of 10-inch, I guess even the small ones, I'm surprised these ones are $50 for like a bit more of a squat one, but you can get the squat version or the tall version of the sort of classic mother-in-law's tongue. Oh, this is the future Superba. What I really like is that all of the plants here have had labels of exactly what sort of plant they are. They're not just labeled Sansevieria mix or snake plant or whatever. They actually have their full sort of botanical name, the Laurentii. I find that really, really useful. Also this crazy, is this the Mikado? Yeah, Fernwood Mikado. This is the big version of the one I have at home. It's so cool seeing them big. This one is $45 as well. Like, look at this. This is a chunker. And I feel like in California, at least, you could probably grow this outside even. I mean, you probably should grow it outside. You wouldn't need to grow it inside, but I really love this sort of stripes on these stems. They're so cool. And this one's just like so crazy. I love it. I've got some massive Aglaonemas or Chinese evergreen here. I also really like that they have the like light quality, and I feel like so far they've been pretty accurate. Of course, we need to remember that in California, low light is probably going to be much higher than low light in the UK. Same with when we were talking about the fiddle leaf figs over there. They're going to be getting so much more light even in low or medium light than they would in the UK, which I think is kind of fair. It makes sense. We're in a much warmer climate here. So these massive Aglaonemas, holy cow. Like huge, huge plants. Oh my god, Claire would love these. Getting nice big ones. And they've got the, oh my god. I think this is the Maria back here. I don't think I've ever seen a Maria with such big leaves. Look at that. Like, they just don't grow this big where I live. Or maybe I'm not doing something right, but like, I don't know. These are just so beautiful. And like the leaves are so sort of silky soft and smooth. They're leathery, but like, oh, really nice. Got loads of polka dot plants here. Of course, they've put out the sort of red and white ones for Christmas as well. They do have loads of poinsettias in tons of different colors as well, but I'm not going to talk about that because that's like not my deal. But these are so cute. I feel like if you've got a terrarium, something like this would be really nice. Of course, I prefer the white ones to the red ones, and I mean, if you know me, I like the ones that are slightly less variegated than the ones that have more variegation on them. I feel like they just look like stars almost. as opposed to this, they don't look quite as starry. They've got some like pinkier, smaller leaf ones down here as well. These ones are only $3.99. That is crazy. That's so perfect. And then little hibiscus splash rose. It's so cute. And then these ones are a little bit, oh, they're mixed pots. That's cute. That makes sense for Christmas. But the mixed pots are $7, which, I mean, does make a lot of sense. But I'd be a little bit sad to get one that's in a mixed pot because I want it to be mostly the white one. If I got one, it would be this one. I feel like it's got a good balance of white and red, where some look like they're definitely more red, and the big white one in it is the like less splashy one, even though it does have some more of the more splashy one on the bottom as well. More sort of terrarium-y plants here. We've got some little ferns. This guy, oh, I really love the look of these ones with the sort of stripes on them. What are they called? Oh, unfortunately, we've just got fern mix here. This is the first time I'm being disappointed. But they are really freaking cute. Oh, this one says it. It's the terrace, I guess that's what it's called. But got some little other ferns in here as well with their labels on them. But I think these are super cute. Look at that. These, again, are $4, which is great. Oh, this one is, yeah, the terrace. Abolineata. Look at those. Sorry, my hands are a little bit shaky, but they're so stinking cute. And unfortunately, they've got some sad carnivorous plants. Such a shame. These little nepenthes, pitcher plants, monkey's cup. Unfortunately, they look like they've dried out quite a bit, but it also might not be the time of year. I don't know enough about nepenthes to know whether or not they like stay in bloom all year or not. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this one has like a little bit of a something. They're doing okay. Here, there's a whole sort of air plant display, and there's one in specific I want to show you guys because this one is blooming. Look at that bloom. How cool is that? So this one is a Balbisiana air plant, which is cool, and I've never seen one bloom before. I mean, I'm not surprised. This one here looks like it's had a bloom on it too, which is really cool. Unfortunately, some of these are painted. That's just what people do these days, but they do have plenty that are not painted as well. Ooh, they've got a collector's corner. This is where I'm gonna look a little bit. Oh my god. It's so weird seeing a Tycon in like not like a specialty plant store. Oh my god, what is that? Okay. Okay, no, I'm gonna do these now. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the beautiful plants. Okay, let's start off here with the Thai constellation. Look, even like the sort of small leaves, this one has got a little bit of damage, unfortunately, but even the small leaves have so many middle fenestrations in here. This is quite a big pot too. So 139, which is kind of crazy because as far as I know, you can get Monstera Tycons for not very much at big box stores. I don't know if it's different in sort of garden centers than in big box stores, but I feel like maybe you wouldn't be able to get one this big because, like, look at the size of this leaf. It is absolutely huge. But I don't know, I still feel like it's a little bit steeper. There's a smaller one in there as well. Okay, this one back here in a, what is it? I don't know what size pot it is. It's not, is that 6-inch? Looks like an 8-inch pot. Still very big, beautiful Monstera Tycon for $70 instead of the $130 price point. Down here, what is this? This.
Merry Christmas. See you next week.
Oh my goodness, 50% off. Monstera Lecheriana albo. It's a bit more of a thin leaf plant. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person. I was thinking it might actually be an epipremnum, but it's not. It does make sense that it's, yeah, because there's the epipremnum pinnatum albo here. And I feel like they don't look that different in leaf. That's so interesting. But I guess they vine differently, I suppose. But these guys are on clearance at the minute, which is fantastic. So this would only be $15, which is good. And the Standaleyana, beautiful in here. Not incredibly variegated or anything, but y'all know me, that's my sort of preferred. They've got several of these, and these are 40, but they're like quite good bushy plants with like several stems in them. So if you pop this on a pole, it's gonna go far. Got some billies. Philodendron billietier. Beautiful. This one's also on clearance for, ooh, 15. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I feel like billies are still quite sought after. The variegated ones obviously more, but like, that's cool. They've got a couple in here as well. Beautiful new leaf on this one. So pretty. And then the Spathiphyllum Sensation. Gotta love that. This is definitely one that I would add to my collection if I were actually shopping here, if I could actually buy things and bring them home. I feel like this size of Spathiphyllum is really, really nice, and it is $30. But I really love the sort of level of variegation on these, and how it's not just like minty. So like there's some leaves that are just minty, but then others have like variegation spots on them as well, which I think is quite fun. This one is like even thinner and brighter back here. That new leaf. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing so many cool things. I don't know where to go next. We can do the Pinotum albo. Oh wait. Oh. So I was showing you here 2 of the Cheriana albos. Sorry, that's my bad. I said that wrong. This is the Pinotum albo, which you can see is not a very, very highly variegated one, but it is very nice. Let me see if I can compare the two. Sort of this leaf here is the most variegated leaf on it, and compared to this one, where the leaves are just that little bit bigger on the Monstera, a bit more light green on the Monstera, and definitely pointier on the Epipremnum, but they are all very beautiful, and this is $40 for a pot. It's kind of crazy seeing a ZZ Raven in the US for $180. What the heck? This is a very like lush specimen of the ZZ as well. It is quite large, like a 10 inch pot. Sorry, I don't really work in inches these days, but like it is really nice one, and this one will grow well. They do have some small guys as well that are only $20, but for these tiny, tiny, tiny little plants, that just blows my mind. How like some things are obviously so much easier to get in some places rather than others. And the ZZ, I didn't quite realize how different that sort of price would be. I think I've heard from you guys that they're not as easy to get in the US, but like that kind of just blows my mind because you can get them at like pretty much anywhere in the UK. They're not hard to find. Oh, whoa, what's this? That is a cool looking plant. Never heard of that before. Philodendron Solanum goldii. What the heck? I would have never, ever, ever in a million years guessed that this was a philodendron. That is so cool. Like, they kind of grow out. Like, each leaf, it's more than just lobe. Like, each leaf is several different leaves. That is so cool and weird. And so much fun. I really like that. Look how pretty that is. I've never seen one before. I didn't even know these existed. That's so cool. I feel like I'm really stuck to this collector's corner because I want to show you everything that they have. Unfortunately, this... Oh, what is this? Is this the White Knight? White Princess? White Wizard, sorry, my bad. It is on clearance, so it would only be $17, but it is looking a little bit sad, unfortunately. But I feel like this would be a really, really good rescue plant if someone wanted something to rescue. It's got so many different plants in there, and they're growing so many different leaves. Personally, I'm done with these sorts of plants. Y'all saw in my Never Again video that, like, I'm over the sort of White Wizard, Pink Princess sort of plants. Sorry, I know I shouldn't do that, but this leaf's already damaged, so, like, it's kind of fine. I'm over these sort of plants entirely, but like if you like these kind of things, then absolutely fine. It feels like it's the perfect option. They do have a crazy pink princess in the back here as well. This guy. Look at the sort of marble variegation on it. If I were to get a pink princess again, this would be the sort of vibe that I think I would like. Oh my god, it's got an entirely pink leaf, and it's not a pink Congo. I know it's not. It's a pink princess. What are we saying this is? This is, oh my goodness. Oh, that's definitely higher than I was expecting. So it's 50% off, which is good, but it is still $50 for this thing. And with pink princess, I don't know why I much prefer them higher variegated. I think it's because the green on them kind of goes a bit of a muddy brown color on them these days. But honestly, actually, I'm a bit worried about this one because I feel like the last couple of leaves might have reverted a little bit. I don't know. I quite like the amount of marbling going on in these leaves. I think it's quite nice. Got brandy back there for $30. They've got a couple brandies actually on little moss poles. And I like that they're on actual sphagnum moss poles as opposed to coir poles, because I feel like you do see them on coir poles more often than not. And did I say what they were? I think these were $30. And they have pretty decent sized leaves. It's a shame. I really love these silver leaves, even though I've struggled with brandies so much. I love the silver leaves still. And then we've got a couple alocasia in here. Look at these. Okay, so this is the Alocasia Adora Batik Variegata for $34. And it's got an absolutely beautiful leaf on it. It's got lovely, lovely, lovely variegation in here. So pretty. And then what's this? Oh my goodness, this doesn't look like any sort of alocasia I've seen before. Put your guesses in now on what you think this sort of alocasia is. Because I've never... It's kind of got like a halo on the edge of the leaf. Like they go a bit lighter, which is so strange. Here's the back of the leaf as well. It's kind of giving dragon scale, kind of, maybe? It is an alocasia. Puncac borensis. Borenesis. Sorry, I cannot read, but for $34 or $35. That is such a cool one. I would be so tempted to buy this one as well if I weren't like having to travel across the freaking world to get back home. I think I would buy this one because I've never seen an alocasia like this before. I'm gonna have to do some research on this one and see, and like if I can learn more about what type of alocasia it is. Oh, they've got a little tiny pink princess down here as well. This one's quite cute. Only $35 for the little guy, which I mean I feel like again is not as cheap as I would think it might be. They've got some, are these caramel marble or just like zigzaggy ones? Caramel Pluto. Okay, some sort of zigzaggy philodendron in here. They're not necessarily looking the happiest, but they are quite small plants. And this guy, I'm excited to see what this is. Look at that. Look at the stems on it. So cool. This is a Syngonium Godzilla, which I think I tried a Godzilla ages and ages ago, but this reminds me of an alocasia sort of tiny dancer thing. But it has that very squid-like stem structure, which is quite cool. I mean, I'm over Syngoniums, but I feel like this is a cool one to get. Okay, then there's a couple here that I really wanted to have a proper look at because, what is this? Have you ever seen a plant with leaves like stars like this? I've not. I've never even like seen this online. Whoa. It's almost hard to pick up on camera because it's so skinny. A Queensland bottle tree. I've never heard of that before. £40. And oh my goodness, look how the leaves sort of evolve. So they start out these beautiful long skinny things with like electric white veins, and then they start lobing a little bit, and then they lobe a little bit more, and then eventually you're getting these lovely, beautiful, like many layered leaves. That is so cool. I'm gonna have to look into this one as well. I wonder if it's an easy houseplant to grow. It looks like kind of tree-like down here, but just watching it mature through that is really cool. It'd be very difficult to photograph, I'm sure, but I really, really like it. That's so cool. And then here we got, look at this big, beautiful boys. I thought it was one plant at first, but it's not. It is several plants in here. This one is the Alocasia Mickey Mouse, but it's not actually an Alocasia as far as I know. I think it might be a Xantho something. I will pop it on the screen because they're not actually Alocasia plants. But the cool thing about these is the like tip of the leaf. It kind of closes itself up at the bottom and creates this little like pocket in here. And obviously they have cool variegation. They're really nice. These ones are $40. So cool. Look at that. Look at the size of that leaf. Don't know why this one doesn't have that little bottom thing, but it's so cool. Alocasia Polly in here, of course, a classic. Or actually, this is an Amazonica. It might not be a poly. I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference when they're not bigger. But this one is $25. And then Philodendron Hope. Oh, this one comes in the pot. That's quite cool. So this one is $35, including the pot. But it looks like a Thematophyllum to me. I think it's a Thematophyllum. So that's the sort of extent of the collector's corner. I really love seeing all these plants and seeing like what they're like. I am going to carry around and show you. I feel like I'm going to go kind of quickly over the rest of the things, ignoring the poinsettias. But I'm going to go sort of speed round through these next sort of plants and show you kind of like everything they've got because it's fun. Oh, that's fun. Look at this fern. I have never seen a fern like that before. It is so cool. This one is an Eastern Indian holly fern for $18. I really like that. I really like the sort of light green down the middle of the leaves and the dark green on the outside. I think that's so much fun. Got lovely massive bird's nest fern here as well. I feel like this price is really good for the size of the plant. Look at those lovely black veins. This is $18. Also, we need to remember that they have tax here. So any of these plants are going to be more than what it says on the tag, purely because you pay sales tax after. But I have a feeling the maiden hair here is, yeah, it's also 18. Some beautiful Calathea rattlesnake for $25. The Rhubarba with its lovely fuzzy backs for $25. What's this? Spathonema aglaonema. What? What the heck? Have you seen this plant before? I haven't. They've got another one here as well with like even whiter leaves. What is that? I've never seen this. They say they're aglaonemas, but I've not ever seen anything like it. And I guess they kind of grow like aglaonemas, but I feel like they're taller almost. This is $40. Oh my goodness. That's a Synapsis I've never seen before. The Mount Salac. Oh my god, this would come home with me in an instant. Look at those leaves. Oh my god, I want it so badly. $30 as well. Oh, I got a Java Platinum, again, for $30. This one kind of looks like the Silver Hero kind of vibes. And the sort of classic Syndapsis pictus here as well for $25. Oh my god, but I'm obsessed with these leaves. Look at that. Oh my god, I want it. This would look so good in my Syndapsis mixed pot. This makes me sad. This is why I shouldn't go plant shopping when I'm not at home. They've got some smaller aglaonemas in here. I think these are in the $25 price range, but they're cute. Got the really white ones here and a fairly big pink boy. Oh my god, this is a huge dense plant for $35. Mahusive. Loads and loads of peace lilies. They've got some diamond variegated ones, like sort of normal, big leafed ones, smaller sized, but then also larger versions of the Sensation. And these all sort of vary in price from like, what was it, $30, $35, sort of depending on the pot size. There's a couple different pot sizes in there, but these are so nice. Oh, it's the domino, not diamond variegated. Sorry, my bad. The dominoes are $35 because they're in a little bit bigger of a pot. Oh my goodness, look at those curly spider plants. Those are so cute. $18 for these. $19 for these straight ones as well. But maybe in the new year, if I get my current spider plant to do well, I can get myself a curly one because those are really cute. They have a green on green one up there as well, which is quite fun. I haven't even looked at this sort of whole hanging wall here. They've got things like the philodendron silver stripe, which kind of looks like a cream splash to me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's a different type of philodendron, or maybe they're just naming things for the sake of naming them, as well as the sort of classic Brazils, if you wanted something more yellow or less yellow, and then heart leaves and lemon lime here as well. This one's quite fun. I quite like that piece of green there. And Syndapsis pictus. I feel like this looks like an exotica to me. It's not just the like typical Argyraeus. It's got the quite big leaves of an exotica. Oh my god, these are the biggest Shavariana moonshines I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. These are so nice. Like even the small one. I say small, it's pretty freaking large. It's in like an 8-10 centimeter pot, or not centimeter, inch pot. And it's got so many plants in it. This guy is $55, but if you just wanted one tall stem, like really tall stem for $25, you could totally do that. Or, you know what? Get both of these. There's one in the back there and one here. Join them together, then you've got a pot of 2 for $50, which is less than the sort of higher variegated one, even though this one has like way more sort of plants in the bottom of the pot. Got some crazy big pothos here. Love these. Some marble queen at the top for $18. Global green, which is kind of turning into a enjoy down here. Maybe it's in highlight at the minute. And then a neon queen. That's not something I've seen before, but it's like a very, very yellowy version of the like marble queen. I love these sort of big leafed ones. They've got a massive one back here as well. And then some more dumb canes, Dieffenbachias. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plants. The big guys, again, are $50. And then these sort of smaller, more squat ones are $35. Okay, I've never heard of a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma be called a Monstera ginny before. Not once. But I think it's kind of a cute name. This guy is 50. No, 45. 45? What? For like this tiny plant? That confuses me. It doesn't seem, something doesn't quite seem right there, but you know, I guess it is and I can't complain. This is more of like the normal, actually, are these Silver Ann? I think these are Silver Anns. They're just called satin pothos here, but like that sort of silveriness at the tips of the leaves looks like Silver Ann to me. I nearly missed this whole section here of Hoyas. But, oh my god, it's kind of crazy. Hoya carrii variegated for $80. But, that being said, you can normally only get Hoya carrii in, like, single hearts in a pot, which are literally never going to grow. So, the fact that you're getting one with actual, like, growth points in there is kind of great. Even if it is on the more expensive side. What other Hoyas? I think there's some compactas. Little compactas here for $20. So cute. It'll take forever to grow out, but very cute. And then this looks like some sort of globulosa here, if I can grab it. Don't know if I'm gonna be, oh, it's not that one. What's this? Hoya Chelsea. Cute. For $23. This is the one that I wanted to look at. I was right. Hoya globulosa for $30. Look at that. It's not quite as fuzzy as my Welsh Mountain Zoo, but you get the very same sort of round, kind of reptilian leaf vibes And this one is doing so well. Look at that. I've never actually seen a globulosa in a store before, so that's kind of fun. What's this one? Okay, this is sort of like a more big-leafed one. This is a cinnamonifolia for $25. That's quite fun. And then that's kind of it for the Hoya section. Not a very big section, but that being said, there's some beautiful Hoyas in it. A bunch of small sort of things in here. Some Syngoniums, Dracaenas, little bits of ivy, crotons, Tradescantia. Really pretty Dracaenas as well. Like the pinky, I don't think it's called an Alba Morganato and it's this pink, but it is really cute. Okay, we're getting into the sunny side, so hopefully I can shade adequately. But we've got some Epipremnum Shangri-La. These guys with these very, very curly leaves. They're quite cute. I've never seen them quite so unsquishy, if that makes sense. These are $25. And then some lemon lime Marantas. These beautiful, beautiful plants. Look at that. What are we? 7! Oh my goodness. That's on par with the UK at Mary now for lemon limes. That's really good. Oh my god, begonias. We've got begonias. Guys, there's begonias. So the sort of typical maculata with some quite large leaves in there, even if they're not the best of state. In there for $40. This guy is one I've not seen, but it's blooming loads. It's kind of more of a lighter color than other sort of cane begonias I've seen, and this one is $13. They've got some Rex in here as well, and this guy, what is this one? This is the Iron Cross. Oh, I should have known that because it's got the Iron Cross on it. Bleh. I'm not going to talk about these crotons because I don't really care about them, but holy cow, do you see this? Do you see this sort of... let me bring one of these to the shade because these are so pretty. This here is a Dieffenbachia camouflage, and they are huge and absolutely gorgeous. Like, this one's obviously some sort of mid-cut, but $35 for quite a large plant in here. I really like this. It's like, it's not quite leathery, but it's also not quite velvety. Because you know how some Dieffenbachias are like velvety and some are leathery. I feel like it's not quite either. But the sort of mottling on it is so nice. They've got this one in here as well, which is like a little bit smaller in leaf, but it's got multiple growth points in it. I really like these. These are so cool. These are fun as well. Look at that. What sort of Dieffenbachia is this? This is the Dieffenbachia Cheetah. And it definitely does have sort of almost cheetah print leaves. That is quite cool. Like very camo-y almost as well. They've also got some absolutely massive Dracaena fragrances in the window. Crazy big. Not sure the price on this one because I don't want to pull it out, but it's cool. Oh my god, this one's cool. It's like super compact and fun. It's quite a big tree as well. This one is on the expensive side, definitely at $3.19. But I've never seen a sort of Dracaena like that. That's quite fun. And then the sort of last section here, we've got some little monsteras, which are cute. They are little itty bitties, little babies. And these are $20 for quite a small plant, but that's fair. And some Adansonii as well. Oh my god, this has got big leaves for an Adansonii. Do you see the size of that leaf? That's quite large. These are $25. Also absolutely obsessed with these ferns they have hanging up here. They've got a few sort of dividing the space, and I really, really like them. These are $35, probably. I think these are two different types of ferns between them, but they're huge for $35. Look at that. Lovely. So I was just having a look outside because I thought maybe, just maybe, there might be some plants that they can grow outside in California that they don't in the UK. And I have had the absolute freaking motherload. I'm so excited to look in this area. First thing I saw was a large regal shield. This thing I think was $59. Quite a large one. Not in the best of shape, but it's perfectly happy. And then this is an Alocasia portadora down here. I couldn't get a look at the price quite. Unfortunately, looks like there might be some spider mite damage on that. That's what that looks like to me, unfortunately. But still, that's going to grow into a very big, beautiful plant. But the pièce de résistance, holy freaking cow. Look at these aspidistra guys. So they have like plain ones, plain green ones. But like even the plain green ones have huge spikes of variegation in them. They've got this one that's literally half moon. What the heck? So these are definitely outdoor plants here in California. But oh my god, I am obsessed. Look at the striping on that. Oh my god. Ooh, Alocasia metalhead. That's fun. Sorry. Got distracted. Look at those black veins. That's so cool. It looks kind of like a colocasia to me, though. It very well might be a colocasia instead of an alocasia. But anyways, back to the aspidistra. Look at that. For $60. Oh my god. Something this size in the UK. I bought like a single one of these plants for $72, which is crazy. And this is like already like 3-4 times larger. Look at these half moon leaves. They're so pretty. I am obsessed. This one is 60 as well. And then the Milky Ways. Y'all, they have so many massive pots of Milky Way. Like they are full in there. Not even $50. It's $45. What the freaking heck? Oh my god. These are insane. Even the like big ones here that are like mostly green but have like little tiny stripes of variegation in the middle. $40 for a huge pot. And that's just because they grow them outdoors here, which is crazy. I am obsessed. I would absolutely be taking one of these home today. I'd be taking like 3 of these home today. Probably definitely that one. Definitely this one with the 50-50 splits. Maybe one like this that's half white. There's another couple in here. Look at this leaf. Look at that. How beautiful is that? And this one that's like a little bit more stripy, like kind of tricolor, but it's also got this huge section that's like super white in there. I am obsessed. These are so pretty. I'm so glad I came to the outdoor section. These are great. Oh my goodness, they've got big monsteras out here as well. I was wondering if they would have big monsteras somewhere. Just over here. These guys, which are quite a lot bigger, but I mean, they're living outside right now, so they are looking ever so slightly raggedy. That's just what happens with weather. Looks like it's a bit sunburnt. That's fine. Again, that just happens with weather. This one is $55 for quite a large pot with several plants in it, but big leaves. None of them have secondary fenestrations on them quite yet, but they'll get there, I'm sure. Colocasia, Redemption. Look at that for a goth plant. Oh my god, that's beautiful. It's like the deepest purple color. I don't know if it's coming out on camera or not. Some of the leaves are a little bit more green. I think this one's new, and so it's coming in a bit greener. But then they fade to this lovely deep purple. Oh my goodness. They even have a philodendron silver sword just hanging out outside. Literally, you could never. You could never. And a Shermanth? What the heck? Also some crotons, but like, I don't care about those. Look at those. So beautiful. Okay, so that was really fun seeing the sort of different things that you could get in the US. Gonna be honest here, y'all. The prices were a little bit high, especially for the like rare plants. That being said, this is a sort of like, it's an independent chain, if that makes sense. It's not a big box store like Walmart or Home Depot. You could definitely get plants cheaper there. But I feel like the like personal knowledge aspect that you're going to get at a garden center is infinitely better, and houseplants aren't necessarily their specialty. They're more outdoor plants. Here in California, they did say they do have a like regular collector base, which is quite cool, but yeah, it was good to see sort of what's out there in my literal hometown garden center. Like, crazy. It's like, it's just surreal that this whole place exists. Like, my family used to go there to buy, or they probably still do go there to buy plants, but like, when we were doing the garden and stuff when we were kids. We used to go to Armstrong's to get plants for the outside yard and garden and stuff. So it's kind of a crazy full circle moment, and there's definitely some really beautiful plants in there that I would definitely have gotten if I wasn't traveling across the world to get home. Really, really nice things. So, had a great time. The staff were so friendly, the plants were beautiful. I did get a little bit hot because the sun was beating down through that window, but otherwise it was really nice. A really nice time, and I would definitely go again. I also did buy a Christmas tree because we needed a Christmas tree after getting home from holiday yesterday. So we needed to get a little bit festive. So yeah, thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. Let me know what you think of the plants they had there, the prices. Maybe I'll go out to another Armstrong's as well at some point. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did with a thumbs up down below, and leave a comment about other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future. Otherwise, subscribe for more. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!